Okay, so this is part two about racism. So let me drop the dime on you. I'm gonna make this statement and I'm gonna make it abundantly clear, and I'm going to piss off a lot of people, possibly some of my 96 followers, but I'm going to be 99.9% honest about it. No, I don't sugarcoat a lot of shit when I get here. My name is James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number two. I am of Cherokee, black, and white descent. For those who do not know, Native Americans are biologically Asian. All right? So if you are from any tribe, from the First Nation and the Inuit or Eskimo, all the way down to the bottom of Chile, if you are of Aztec, Incan, Mayan, and Amazon blood, you are of Asian ethnicity. The Great Splinter, etc. We're not going to go any further with that. Your history lesson's over. But what's really important is I'm going to tell you a true fact, which is going to be the only 1000% truth that you will ever get from me that you can actually fact check by going outside and letting all the kids play. Of course, nowadays your mask is going to be required, but you put black kids, white kids, Asian kids, Latin kids who still count as Asian kids in a playground. You're gonna get a little bit of a tiff, but it ain't gonna have nothing to do with race. If anything, it's gonna have something to do with gender. It's not really gonna have anything to do with race. It's gonna be, well, you're a girl, you can't play with us. Why? Because I'm faster at running. Because I'm pretty. Because I'm tough. Because yes, there are some tough chicks out there, and one of my nieces is a pretty tough chick. But not all girls are soft like flowers. Some girls are hard like rocks. You know, those are the girls you like. Okay, those are the girls I like because I don't have to worry about beating anybody up when they can do it for themselves. Anyway, let's keep it real. You put all these kids together. The only thing that's more than likely going to happen is that the boys aren't going to be able to play with the girls because the boys aren't going to let the girls play with them. I'm a boy, you're a girl, you can't play with me. That's pretty much the only arguments that you're going to have amongst kids from kindergarten to about the fourth grade. Now, I would say the third grade because that's when things start to change a little bit. But for the most part, from kindergarten to the fourth grade, kids don't know shit about gender. They don't know shit about race. They don't know none of that shit until we, the adults in their lives, fuck them up. That's when you have problems. That's when your kid goes home and they start hearing shit like, and I'm going to use the exact words, people, so please forgive me now. YouTube, I am sorry, but sometimes you cannot get your point across without using the exact word of displacement. Kidding, kidding. I'm not going to use the words, I'm only going to elaborate on them. So, you take a little black kid home and you teach him you can't play with this kid because their eyes are slanted. They are Asian. We don't like Asians in this family. So every time that kid now sees this person because they've been fucked by their parents at how much their parents hate Asians, now they hate Asians. Same can be said for the Asian kid. We don't want you playing with this kid because he is the N word. And we don't like N words in our family. They come to our stores and they make trouble. Or they come to our restaurants, or they come to our nail salons and they make trouble. But the money is still green. But we don't want you playing with them. And then you go to the white kids and we teach them we are superior to those Asians and those N words and those wetbacks, which are Spanish kids and gooks and all the other derivatives that you can come up with. And this is when the kids go back to school. My mommy and daddy said, I can't play with you anymore because your eyes are slanted. I really didn't have to do that because my eyes slightly slant. I can't come and play with you anymore because you have two skin tones. In other words, you're the little mixed kid in the block, so we can't play with you. We can only play with kids who look like us. And guess what? I got that from black kids and white kids. So yeah, I had a sad ass childhood at school. I spent a lot of time on the wall. I got to play freeze tag because I was the fastest kid, but they would not know that unless they let me play. So when they let me play, that's when things got a little bit better. But by the time we hit the fourth grade, I was already in the head of the half breed class because I was the only half breed basically at Burley Moran. And you don't know how many times little black girls said, "You can't play with us because you're not a real brother. You're a half brother." And by the word brother, I'm using the N word derivative. And then it was with the white kids. "You can't be with us because you're not a real H. You're a half H." And H meaning the word HONKEY. I had to think about how to spell that real quick because George Jefferson used to call Mr. whatever the hell his name is, not Mr. Whipple, honky all the time. So you have chinks, niggers, honkies, spicks, gooks. There's a lot more. And like I said, I was going to use the words. And then I said I was kidding. And then I said to you guys that I would give you guys this thing 100% real. All right? Those are hurtful words. Hurtful words. And you just think about a kid growing up hearing shit from other kids where they tell them, "We can't play with you." Now, as for us mixed kids, we got it the worst. We got it the worst from everybody. You know, I got it really bad because I'm only 5 something. 5'3". It's my like maximum height management. Now, when you meet other half breed kids, it's different because we have something in common. We come from two different parents of two different ethnicities, which is cool. But for me, I'm multicultural. My grandparents were the ones that were like different. My great grandmother on my father's side, full-blooded Cherokee. Her daughter, still questionable, but mostly Cherokee. But she married a black man, my grandfather, who had children, who not one of them looked like they had a drop of Cherokee in them. But the next generation of us, we all look like we're mixed. All of us. But I'm the only one that embraced it. I don't like being called chief. That's another story. God knows that was a hell of a time. 3 years, one dude at Kettler's would call me chief, and it would piss me off on a daily. I'll make an extra video about that later. In fact, that will be like the third video. Now, throughout school, race war at my elementary school. And I'm going to say the words again, just in case this comes back to bite me in the ass. I'm going to say the words again because they were directed directly at me. And I had so many different black kids and white kids when the race war came up. We don't want James on our side because he's not a real nigger, he's a half nigger. And the white people would say the same thing. He's not a real nigger, he's a half nigger. But we don't want him on our side because he's not really a white kid. He's not really one of us. He's one of them. Because even though they saw my mom and my mom looks completely and totally white, I wasn't really a white kid. And like I said, it only got worse when I found out I was part Cherokee. Oh God, it only got worse from there. Because then it was like, oh, now we really got something we can call them Redskin. No, I'm not a football fan. I used to like the Pittsburgh Steelers and all. But, I got it all the way through stuff. Which is like I said at the end of the last video and the beginning of this video. Kids don't know racism. Kids don't know prejudice. Kids know that one of us stands up to pee, one of us sits down to pee. And it goes like that until you hit the 4th grade. I want to say the 3rd grade secretly, but really the 4th grade. The 4th grade is when you start becoming the person that you think you are going to become. It's when you start dreaming of what your job's going to be when you finally grow up. It's where you start to find yourself a little more. And I said find yourself, not feel yourself. Okay, so let's make sure we got that right. Finding yourself, not finding yourself. All right? And so by the time I got to like the 6th, the 7th, the 8th grade, I have been called a half-breed or a mixed breed umpteen times. And it happened so many times that I got used to it and just accepted it because it was the truth. I am mixed. I had to deal with that shit. As I got older, by the time I got through high school, I've been called it so many times that it started making me mad. And again, we'll go through the whole being called chief video in the next video. The point of matter that I'm making is that no matter what color you are, when you are a child, from kindergarten to the fourth grade, you have no idea of how the world works. You have no idea that your best friend, who may be black, goes home to a person who says, you can't play with your friend anymore because your friend's white. You could be Asian. You can't play with your friend anymore because your friend's Asian. We don't like Asians. We don't like whites. And on the flip side of that, same thing can be said to the white kid from the white parent. We don't like Asians. We don't like blacks. We don't like Mexicans. And next damn thing you know, friendships are over. But they can't explain it to their friend why their friendships are over. Then that friend that you was best friends with can't come spend the night at your house anymore. And then you can't go spend the night at their house anymore. And by the time y'all get to high school, you just got fucked over by your parents at what could have been great friendships, but because your parents twisted your brains up and made you hate people for the one thing that no one on earth has the ability to change or choose or get a direction when they're born, is this shit right here. You did not ask for your skin tone. You did not ask to be born into a poor family. You didn't ask to be born into a rich family. You didn't ask to be born, but you are born. And when you get to this world, if you are in a decent family, not a good family, but at least a decent family, half your battle is won. But if you get into one of these families where they are raising you to be racist, to be prejudiced, to hate your fellow man because of the one thing on earth that they can't change, their skin color, their ethnicity, their cultural background, you got screwed. You got the short end of the stick, and you need to change. Now, I'm going to say this because this is how it works in my family. For the most part, my dad was like, yo, you like Asian women? Go after Asian women. However, let me explain that. Let me explain that before people get up in here and say, oh, you got a fetish. No, 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 no. My very first crush was half Asian. She was Eskimoan and white. Hello, Jillian, wherever you are. Even if you don't exist, because sometimes I'm afraid that she was a figment of my imagination. But she got me into martial arts also. I attempted to date black girls. It didn't work out. A couple of them broke my heart, and after one of them almost got me killed, that was it. Now, to me, there's nothing wrong. There's a lot of pretty black women. They just don't do anything for me. I have an attraction to Asian women and Native American women and Latin women. And I like some white girls too. I've dated a lot of white girls. I tried to date a Spanish woman, but she refused to date me because she didn't like nice guys. Hello, Maria. Anyway, yeah, that was her name, Maria. Anyway, I started dating Asian women because they were the only ones that would give me the fucking time of day. So that's who I stick with because they would give me the time of day. They also probably have no idea what the fuck I am, so that's probably why they give me the time of day. Now, let me explain that for people who don't know, because Native Americans are biologically Asian. I hate to have to explain this one more time, but I fit right in. I have been mistaken for Hawaiian and Filipino and Mexican too. But Mexicans are also Native Americans for those who don't know their Native American history. Check it out. Now, I never really had too many problems with white girls except for every single girl that I've dated, regardless of color, have been cheaters. Which is why my ass is single, because I want to be in a relationship, but I don't want to play games. I don't do games. If you don't want to tell me what you want from the jump, we can't build a relationship. We can't work together. We can't build a good life because I don't have time for lies and I don't have time for cheats. Now, back to the story at hand. A lot of my friends in school that were white couldn't even be my friends by the time we got out of high school. They became prejudiced. Y'all know who you are. Not the guys, but a couple of girls. Y'all know who you are. I'm not gonna embarrass your ass out here on fucking YouTube. But the fact of the matter is, they were good while we were in high school, and then when they got to college, it was like, oh, that's James. He's a half breed, or he's the N word, whatever one you want to call me. But you know who you are. So I got over it. Now this is the thing. Like I said, from kindergarten to the fourth grade, roughly, kids don't know color. Now I'm gonna up the ante a bit. I'm gonna up the ante a bit because this relates to some of those transgender murdering things. Because like I said, you can't change this. You know, nothing you can do. I got two tones: high yellow, my true color, and brown because I refuse to wear long sleeve shirts unless it's cold as hell outside. You can change your gender now. Literally. If you got the money, you can change your gender. If you want to go get boob implants and take hormones and grow boobs, if you want to be transgender and you're a male going to female, they got you. If you're a woman, it's probably a little bit more complicated, but they can reverse engineer your private parts into an Audi. They can make it work. I've never seen a transgender female go from female to male. I don't know why they would do something that crazy, but okay. See, I kind of understand why a dude would do it, but I wouldn't understand why a woman would do it. And in my personal opinion, if I was a female and I wanted to transcend into a male, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna just be a lesbian. Screw all that crap. You're not touching what God gave me. I'm just gonna be a lesbian. I'm gonna have more fun being a lesbian than I would transgendering into a male. That's just the way I view that shit. As a straight man, I view it. If I was a woman and I wanted to be a man, I'd just be a lesbian. Cool beans to lesbians. I love lesbians. Okay, now that those are things you can change. You know, if you want to be a transgender male or female, they have the technology to do that. I've actually watched some of this stuff. I think I might have watched it here on YouTube where they did male to female surgery, where the female gets his stuff nipped and tucked and somehow it works. I have no idea how it works. I don't even want to know how it works. But they you guys have to just go find the video. Good luck with that. And I hope you have a strong stomach. Anyway, I haven't seen it the other way, where women become men. I really don't want to see that because I love women and I wouldn't want to have them change in any way, shape, or form. Women are beautiful. Just give them a break on a few things. But most of the time, women are beautiful. So if you're a woman, stay a woman. If you're a transgender dude going into a chick, good for you. Just be honest so that nothing really bad or extreme happens to you. I want to end this on a peaceful note, but I don't know how. So I'm going to end this by saying this. If you're raising kids and they're about to hit the fourth grade, don't change them. Don't turn them against their Asian friends, their black friends, their white friends, their Latin friends. Don't make them prejudiced. That's why the world is screwed up today. Because we adults screw up the kids. And we raise the next generation of haters. And we have to stop doing that. Or we're all dead. So stop living behind the eight ball and stop teaching your kids to be prejudiced, and the world will be a safe place to live. Be seeing you.